If you are new to a Level 11 True Crime, Mama D coming at you in the house. We're going to stay in Tucson, Arizona today for this series of 3 live videos in a row. The first one we already did. Be sure and check it out. It's talking about how there is a possibility that just because the blood went out the front door doesn't mean Nancy did. So might want to check that out. It also provides a lot of information because of seeing Brian Hinton in the backyard. So hope you'll watch that. Now what we're about to do is we're going to pull some cards. And with that, I need you to know I'm not a psychic. I don't play one on TV. I'm not a medium. I don't talk to the dead. Everything I share with you is my humble interpretation of the cards. You might feel completely different. All right? And that's just fine too. Now, yesterday, before I start with the cards, I want to tell you, a commenter got really weird with me and they were like, they're new to tarot and I'm using this deck. And they said, okay, your first 3 cards that popped out when it came to the questions, which was related to what do we need to know about the Nancy Guthrie abduction, was cult, C-U-L-T, debt, D-E-B-T, and family. So cult, debt, and family. And they were like, what other cards do you have in that deck? So I thought I'd show you how many cards that could have come out. And we use this deck all the time. It's not like I can stack the deck when I've shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. And I've been doing this for a very long time. There's no point in me stacking anything. And I'm not a card magician. I don't. So anyway, that I hope answers your question. All right, you guys, what we're going to do is in this live, I've got a camera here, I've got a camera here. I'm not a cameraman, so bear with me if I'm looking at the wrong screen and so forth. It's all about the reading itself. We're going to get the cards shuffled really good. We're going to get the reading going. And then after this reading, which this reading is all about the location, I found a way to do it. I'm so excited. And in that, after this live, if you have questions, I'm going to invite you to join us on the next live where you can ask the questions and I will pull the cards. You guys are better at the questions than I am. With that being said, let me come up to top side and tell you the idea. So, in the general tarot, let me switch decks so that you know ahead of time in the reading. When you get these cards right here, they all have specific meanings, but not one of them shows me a location at all. And so tarot is, if it's, let's say that they're sitting at Hardee's restaurant, there's no Hardee's restaurant card. You feel me? So location, unless it's a water and a tree, there's so many places where water and tree, it's too vague. However, I was thinking it's all within the intent that you put on everything. And so I asked Jesus, I'm like, inspire me as to how I can use the tarot for location. And what came back as my inner guidance from Jesus is that what we're doing is we're taking the energy of the 2 of Cups or the 6 of Cups, which the 2 of Cups is all about this really, really close relationship, an inner circle relationship. 2 of Cups would be one, 3 of Cups would also be that, and that will be that their very close inner relationship is the location. So if we get the 2 of Cups today, it's not necessarily somebody that Nancy's, inner circle with. It's the inner circle of the neighborhood and in the sense of location. So when we're saying close, we're using the relationship cards, not to connect to close as in emotional, but as in physical. All right, I think I have explained it good enough. But with that being said, I want to go ahead. I like to start with my true crime deck just to get the clues when it comes to the perpetrator or Nancy. Like I said, we got debt yesterday. We got cult, I kid you not, and family. If that doesn't say in a nutshell, I don't even know. But right now, we're just looking at the hired hand, the hired hit, if you will, which I believe to be true. But show me the clue about the perp. themselves, the ones that actually took Nancy out of the home. Show me a clue. All right, we got one card. Y'all, are you seeing it? Caregiver. Oh my golly. The perp that actually took, and we got our third card, fire, which is interesting because of the dream I had. But if you're not familiar with the dream, I'm not going to get into it. Let's start off with the caregiver card. Look at that, wheelchair. Is it telling me that they used a wheelchair? Did the perp use a wheelchair? That's one of the suspicions I've had, is that there was markings in the front of the driveway that could have been a wheelchair. Maybe not in the front, but maybe that had nothing to do with Nancy. Maybe they used a wheelchair in the back. If the perps are staying at that Airbnb or in a nearby vacant home, they could have used a wheelchair. Caregiver. This would make me think, can you see that it says caregiver? You know what? Hold on a minute, you guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to close this curtain. I thought maybe I wouldn't have to because I love the sunshine, but it just makes it so hard to see the cards for everybody. So hopefully that will help. And I'm going to turn this other light off. Okay. See a lot better, don't we? All right, so caregiver. There's been questions about this ex-caregiver that was from Iran. And that person got fired. So I've said many times, why is the caregiver coming up? We also have the idea that it could be a family that's providing care for Nancy, which could be relative to Annie and Tommaso. So that's interesting. Fire. I've suspected all along that Nancy's body was cremated, possibly in the desert. I don't know. I just find that fire coming out is so interesting. We have this hidden card. Do you want to know what it is? Let me get my phone a little closer. I do. Run away. They were on foot, y'all. They probably did not need a card. They're probably on foot. There's no vehicle in any of these pictures as the clue. So that's what we want to do, is we want to find out, is the perpetrator or are the perpetrators physically staying and nesting, squatting maybe, nearby in a vacant house. Maybe even that Airbnb that media rented. Let's get into this. Okay, the cards are stuck right now, so we're not going to use them until I can feel the free-flowing energy. Give me just a second, you guys. Jesus, I appreciate your help so much. Please guide me in the truth. I trust you and only you to deliver this message, and thank you. Give me what I need to see when it comes to the location of the perp. So any type of relationship card, lovers could mean location, because we're taking it not emotional, but physical. Lovers would be very close to each other, next to each other. Two of Cups would be that way. Three of Cups would be that way. Six of Cups. We're going to find out. There'll be other cards, but we'll see. So all relationship cards are going to be as in physical closeness rather than emotional. So we have abduction, right? In the traditional tarot, this is the Eight of Swords, and this person has put themselves in this scenario, and they're trying to go with their intuition, sort out their life, because they're in a nightmare that they put themselves in. And in a sense, in True Crime Tarot, this is the abduction card. This person's been abducted, they're tied up, they're blindfolded, they don't know where they are, and they're surrounded by very sharp knives. So we have runaway and we have abduction. Let's continue. Show me what else we need to see when it comes to the perp's location. Are they close to Nancy? What else can we see? Yeah, a trash can with wheels, right? You're just moving your trash. Because she doesn't have to be alive long after this, I don't think, if it's a hit. The Moon. So we have this caregiver. There's a hidden connection to something here. The moon is a time, it's at night. You can't see real good. It's also Cancer energy. It's following that unknown path. I'm thinking that this is, y'all, this is what I'm picking up. This is the gate. Okay? Think of these pillars as the gate leading over. Could this be the wall between a neighbor's property and Nancy's? And there's that one opening with the gate that was propped open with the flower pot. We have 2 dogs. Could that imply 2 perpetrators? Could have one on the inside, one on the outside. Lines up right with this also caregiver, as if something's hidden here that we're not seeing. So we're going to try for it. Show me what this is with the wheelchair, the caregiver, and the hidden card. Show me what this is about Nancy Guthrie and the wheelchair and the hidden in the moonlight. The offer. The offer. They could have been, since we're finding out, I'm coming up to top. We're finding out through Brian Inton today. I'll play it real quick in case you missed it.
So I'm in Arizona. I'm actually right in the back of Nancy Guthrie's house, which I'll show you.
Are you not hearing it?
First of all, I wanted to tell you that I have a source close to the investigation who has confirmed that there were no signs of an assault inside Nancy Guthrie's house, and it was clean. Some rooms in the house were described to me as immaculate, but there were no outward signs of an assault inside Nancy Guthrie's house.
Okay, so could they have tricked her and told her in the middle of the night that she was being evacuated? Maybe the guy didn't even wear the mask until he was going to be in front of that front camera. Maybe he just convinced Nancy that there was a gas leak and that they were evacuating people. Maybe she got in the wheelchair readily and he just strolled out of there with her in tow. So what is this card? This is the offer card. This is the Knight of Cups. This is somebody that behaves regal, that acts like they're doing a service. That's why I'm suggesting, did they trick Nancy? Being there was nothing out of place. No struggle, nothing. Did they basically come over and be like, Nancy Guthrie, they're evacuating this part of town. There's a gas leak. You have to come with us. We've got a waiting wheelchair. She was like, oh, let me get my things. Could that have taken 41 minutes? Because I do have the offer card. Under that, in the moonlight, so an offer at night. Okay? I want to know more about this offer at night. I'm not satisfied with that. I do feel they could be on foot, and that could be why they're struggling to solve the crime if they're just looking for a car. Look at this. And then the fire and abandonment. Actually, I did ask about this situation, so we'll keep it here. We have the abandonment. Definitely something happened with Nancy. We have the abandonment by the caregiver. Or you could see that Nancy abandoned that ex-caregiver too. But if we're referring to the perps, there we go. We still haven't got the clue card yet for location. I'm waiting on it. We have the Four of Swords laid to rest, and there's that cremation I talked about. So I definitely feel Nancy was cremated. We have the sarcophagus, the coffin. We have the person laid to rest. They're in a church. The swords are down. Words, swords, which means this person no longer speaks. It's over. And we have that with fire. So let's go ahead. We're going to put all these cards aside for a minute, and we're going to work on that location and see what we get. We'll just throw these over here for now. Okay, when it comes to the perpetrator's location near Nancy, were they close? Were they staying close by and stalking Nancy's home? Were they squatting? Were they staying close by? Holy crap. So, holy crap, I've never had this home. All right, good, you can see it. Do you see this drawer down here? Do you see that? I didn't have it closed all the way. It's only open about an inch. The card flew off and shot in that drawer through that little tiny opening down there. Do you see the card? Oh, you can't see the bottom drawer. Okay, there's a bottom drawer down here. I'm going to grab the card. It went in the drawer. So we have regret. 5 of Cups. We have cups spilt. Something didn't go as planned. Oh, let me get you back on the right screen. I'm not a cameraman. That's why I could not shuffle and a card land inside a closed drawer if I tried. And I only had, I kid you not, the drawer was just not closed all the way by about an inch, and that was it. And it was like, whew, in the drawer. That's gotta mean something. All right. I closed the drawer, so. Wow, that's crazy. Show me the perp's location. Before, where were they the night before they took action? Ace of Cups, self-cup of love. Overflowing something. Self-cup of love. Regret, self-cup of love. This is almost telling me the motive. I want the location. I know. So we have planted, which is the, 7 of Pentacles is all about divine timing, waiting it out. This is the first clue that we have about location. And that's simply that they are waiting this out, which we already knew because we have them on camera, plus the feds are talking about January 24th as well. So they definitely planted something, they waited, they nurtured this event. Let's be patient. Were they close to Nancy physically? Were they staying close? Were the perps staying close to Nancy physically? So we have the home card. So we have the physical home. And this is a hidden card. The Hermit stays in the home, isn't seen, doesn't come out kind of energy. It's almost like a squatter. Somebody staying near the home. Or the perps staying near the home are Nancy. And look, the abduction card. Home abduction, timed home abduction. We got all that. Show me the perps. Thank you. They're showing me it's family, you guys. I don't know what to say. We have the 10 of Cups, the family card. And I don't think the perps were family. Maybe they were hired by family. Maybe, right? Always a possibility. And then the plan for their own happiness. Plan, the family's plan. We have inconsistency, swift action. Fastest card in the Knight of Wands is swift. I'm not getting an answer. Show me the perps if they were close to the home, and thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for giving us an answer. So there's something very confusing about my question. Because I'm getting, like, Jesus is saying, I'm confused by what you're saying. All right, I got to ask the hardcore question. I got to be more direct and more clear. And maybe that's it. Maybe we need to be very specific with the way I'm phrasing the question. Because we're getting 7 of Cups. That means wishy-washy. That means confusion. Too many options. All right. Were the perps staying next to Nancy Guthrie's home? The illusion. There's an illusion. The Magician's Gemini energy means they got every tool they need. Tools. This could be the construction worker because they have all the tools they need. And they've created an illusion. The tools. This could be construction worker with all the tools. Construction workers have tools. Deck in reverse, so we'll change the whole card. Chariot. This could be a vehicle. The illusion is a vehicle. Holy crap, there's no vehicle. This is an illusion. This is a vehicle. The chariot is a source of transportation. And that is the illusionist, the magician, the one that pulls off the tricks of needing a car. Okay, thank you, Jesus. I'm understanding. I am clearly understanding. Continue to work with me, please. Continue to express. All right, I'm following you now. Archangel Michael saying, yes, I'm here. We have the boss, the one in charge. Sagittarius energy, Aries energy. Sagittarius here, we've got something didn't mix well. Something didn't go as planned. This is also protector of the innocence. But we have the Emperor, so it's almost like the boss. Who's the boss, right? Death. The decision about death. Judgment was death. Out of her bed. Legitimately, you can't even. So I am not getting a confirmation that they are close to the home at all. Perhaps that means they're not. I would have thought yes. Like in my heart of hearts, I thought this would all come up yes. But that is not what I'm getting. What I'm getting basically is that we have an illusion with a vehicle. Could mean they didn't even have a vehicle. Didn't need a vehicle. Maybe they were only there for a short time. We have something that didn't go right, something that screwed up, but we also have, in a sense, a passing. When Archangel Michael shows up, he's protecting someone because they're unsafe. So we have this perpetrator. And that perpetrator got the death card. So the one in charge ordered the death. Made the decision, Two of Swords, about the death. Yes, judgment. Because somebody could not handle the stress that they were under in their life with Nancy. Yeah, so they closed the circle, the world. Did the perpetrator... Was the perpetrator hired by family? Burdens. And there's that family card. Significant other, inner circle, burdens for family. It just keeps coming up that it's a family attack. I don't know. I was hoping we would get the actual location. We'll see if any other clues come out. Then we're going to switch over, let you guys ask the questions, because apparently I'm not getting the answer, which could mean that that is the answer, that maybe the perps were not that close physically in the neighborhood. Maybe they did drive a car, but maybe there was a trick somehow with the car. Show me what we need to see, Jesus, and thank you. The devil's plan. That's that cult. The cult plan, the toxic plan, the cult. They're the perpetrators that betrayed because there was an offer made, and that's the confusion in what I was getting, because there's that Don Juan. This is the one that, I see, either DJ Mojito as the kind of person that's the King of Wands, or perhaps the secret mutilator. This is somebody that's slick. They got salamanders on their robe, on their banner. They've got their phallic stick. They're like the drug dealer on speed dial. They're up for hire. And what do we have? Offering. Look. offering to the mojito kind of people. And then that gives a whole new perspective that this was a hit. This isn't an abduction. We didn't get that Eight of Swords. We got the hit. This person's dead, done over because it's betrayal. Can't betray somebody unless you know them pretty good. So they wanted a new beginning, and that's the truth. So they felt stuck. They made the offer. And they made an offer to somebody they'd known for a long time. We have the person that's sitting on the throne. This is Nancy, most likely. Could be Savannah, but I see it as Nancy. And that's the secret about they wanted to lay her arrest. So they took swift action. The boss said, it's time for her to cross over. So that's when they drew near to the home. So they were not staying in the neighborhood that I can see. They were visiting the neighborhood. Burdens, vehicle, abandoned. Maybe they abandoned the vehicle out of self-love. There's something here with divine timing and a plan that didn't work. Interesting. We have the Star card with the Hermit. Swift action towards this messenger, and there's the can't eat, can't sleep. I could read for days, y'all. All right, I'm going to jump off here. Let me come up to top side. We'll do some shuffling and get ready for you guys to answer the question. So, I never really saw anything in the cards that actually suggested that they're staying in the neighborhood. I'm quite shocked. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I didn't get that answer. What's being repeated to me over and over? The cards are suggesting it is family. The cards are suggesting that it's related to Satan, the Satan card, the devil card. We have cult energy all around Nancy. I'll let you draw your own conclusion. This has left me a little bit perplexed. Maybe my energy is off. I don't think so. But I want to try it again. I want to try again at a later date. But we may have got our answer. I didn't get anything that suggested that this perpetrator or perpetrators were literally squatting near the home. So, all right, you guys, I see a lot of you are already posting questions on this live. I don't do that, but I'm going to do a little bit of flipperoonie. We'll come back together, and on this very third part of our series today, I'm going to hand it over and let you ask the questions, and you're so good at it. You're amazing. I want to thank you so very much for staying with Nancy Guthrie's case, for tuning in and watching me do a reading, and for all the love that you give the channel, me, and our 1111 family, as well as our beautiful PIs and our mods. Because without you, we couldn't do this. I love you to the moon and back. See you in a minute.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemies will think they won, but I'm here to stay.